All right, so this is my skin routine. This kind of can vary, but I usually use like the same products morning and evening with a couple exceptions. So, getting started to wash my face. I use this oil-based cleanser. So I like oil-based cleansers. For one, I have dry skin, so it's a really great way to cleanse without stripping the natural oils from my face. This also breaks down sunscreen, makeup. I also like doing this, only washing my face with this in the morning, just so I'm not dried out. Super easy. Pump, 2 in my hand, and then I rub it, and then I massage it. So it's great about oil-based cleansers. You can use them in like a balm or an oil, but this really attracts dirt and oil and removes everything from the face without stripping it too much. As you can see, I rinsed off the oil cleanser, and as you can see, I'm much more hydrated than before. So I left a little bit of that oil behind, which is kind of what we want. I'm a big fan of double cleansing, so this is where I'll use like a foaming cleanser. I love this one by Ole Henriksen. So if you look, it is the Truly Juice Daily Cleanser. So the reason why I like this one is it does have PHAs, which is an exfoliating acid, so it can be a little harsh. So this one I really would be careful and just kind of use sparingly. So again, comes out like a nice orange color. Massage it between fingertips, and then it lathers super quickly, which is really nice. So this is, you just kind of want to get everywhere. And then when you massage, when you wash your face, always go up. So I would recommend exfoliating every day. I would recommend exfoliating maybe every other day or several times a week, or building up to more frequency if you have really sensitive skin. There's tons of different exfoliators on the market. There's some that are like physical exfoliants, so that's are things with grains that you can feel, and then there's chemical exfoliations. So it uses more acids to, again, lift off that dead skin. Great for hyperpigmentation or dark spots. I use an exfoliant that has both in it. So I love this. This is by Wishful. So this is the Yo Glow Enzyme Scrub. It has pineapple enzymes, papaya enzymes. So it has fruit exfoliants. It also has alpha beta hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids. So it's gonna still help really exfoliate, really brighten, and it does have really fine particles. And you don't need a lot. So what I really like about this cleanser is you can kind of feel all the dead skin kind of build up and come off your face. But I do recommend patting your skin dry before using this, just so you can kind of like really get that scrub in there. Put a little more on my forehead, because I got a big forehead. So, especially if you're wearing a mask, I really like to scrub around my nose, kind of the high parts of my cheekbones where the mask sits, and then especially near my jaw. I tend to get a lot of breakouts around my jaw, so I go through there. That we're fresh, clean, and exfoliated, next we're going to use a toner. Toners are totally used for many different reasons. I use a toner that helps with dark spot lightening. So again, more AHAs, more BHAs, so they're going to help with any hyperpigmentation, dark spots. I love this Ole Henriksen's dark spot remover. I love it so much. This is actually like an extra value size, so it doesn't really come this big. It just shows you how much I use it. So all I do is I take a cotton pad and kind of, again, saturate my cotton pad. And this is where you kind of like press and then swipe. You might feel some like tingling sensations or maybe a little spicy feeling. That's very normal. That's kind of the acids working. Also, if I have like a breakout, I'll kind of hold it on there because it's going to help dissolve a lot of that dead skin top layer. And it never hurt, and you always want to make sure you get your neck. This is also really great because not only does this make sure you have all the cleansers off your skin, it makes the pores nice and tight. It kind of prepares your skin for whatever moisture. Alright, so next we're going to talk about masks, peels, and treatments. These you kind of, I would say, use to your discretion, but at least think about it as you don't want to totally strip your skin all the time. So think about it a couple times a week, or if you want to have like one day that's like just a hardcore skincare day, totally good. So when we think about cleansers and treatments and masks, I'm a big believer in using like a clay mask. A reason why, it's going to pull out dirt and impurities. But when you have dry skin, the key is to find a mask that's not going to strip your skin. I love this Kiehl's. It's a rare earth deep cleansing pore mask. So it has Amazonian white clay, so it helps with clogged pores, dull skin. But what I really like about it is I wipe the mask off and I'm not totally parched and dry like a lot of clay masks. I don't feel totally stripped. So I will use this a couple times a week. And then I have a variety of different peels. If I'm feeling super lazy and I literally just want to like put on a peel, something really quick, I love these. So this is by Peter Thomas Ross. These are the Peptide 21 amino acid exfoliating peel pads. So they're pre-soaked little cotton pads, and you just take one out, wipe it everywhere, like get your chest, get your neck, your face, back of your hands, leave it on about 15 minutes, and then rinse off with water, and then boom. And if you want to bring out like the big guns, this is something I absolutely love. Has a price tag, but it's worth it. This is by a company called Drunk Elephant, and this is their TLC baby facial. So this is like 25% AHA. It is a very deep cleansing, like it is spicy, you will feel it working, but you have this beautiful glow. It's a good like once a week clean. So these are kind of like the three. I always have a clay mask, I always have a peel, and then if I have something laying around, if I'm feeling extra, I also try to have like a hydrating mask or like a sheet mask, something to put hydration in if after like cleansing I'm still don't feel really hydrated. Now we've moved on treatments, and we're gonna go back now to hydrating. So we'll cleanse our skin, feeling real dry, being a little tight. This is when we're gonna hydrate. So I'm a big believer in hyaluronic acid, and I really like anything that's like that to kind of be the first step after we're especially after we cleansed everything. There's tons of varieties of different types of serums, but the one I'm using right now that I really like is called by Moon Juice. It's called Plump Jelly. Tons of hyaluronic acid, sea algae. It's really about just like putting the hydration immediately back into the skin. So I just put 2 pumps, and again, I kind of like to press it in and then massage up. Especially when you're layering your skincare, you always kind of want to layer lightest to heaviest. So when you think of your serums, kind of think about like what the texture is. I don't know if you can tell, but it's very gooey. It's very much like a jelly, it's very light. So I always like this to go on first. This also just creates like a nice base. And then I kind of massage it until it's pretty sunken into the skin. So at this point, I would use a vitamin C serum, but I am totally out. I use the vitamin C serum by Ole Henriksen's. So they have a new vitamin C serum that has like hyaluronic acid in it, which I really like. But there's a couple that I've tried that I've really enjoyed at different price points. But the reason why I use vitamin C is it brightens the skin, it protects against sun damage. So, because I'm outside more, I'm kind of thinking about protecting my skin more in that way. Next is eye cream. So I like to put on eye cream after my serums because the skin under your eye is actually a lot thinner. So again, more Ole Henriksen. I use the Banana Bright eye cream. I like this one mainly for like dark circles, especially like I'm not really wearing makeup anymore. So I take like my middle or my ring finger and I just kind of like swoop it on first, and then so because this area is a lot lighter, you kind of also want to work accordingly as such. So I just kind of take like my ring finger and I actually tap the cream in, and I kind of will like maybe gently swipe, but I really try to just tap and press it in, and because it doesn't really need to move around a whole much because it's going to be right under my eyes. Okay, so now we're going to morning versus nighttime. So it's still daytime, so I try to use things with SPF in it. This is actually a nice drugstore find. So this is from CeraVe. This is a SPF moisturizer with retinol in it too. So it's still gonna like brighten my skin, exfoliate, minimize fine lines, but it's also gonna protect my skin. I also really like, if you like a heavy moisturizer, because I tend to be really dry. I also love the Banana Bright. There is a the C-Rush Brightening Double Creme. So they have like a regular one, there's like a double one. I like the double one because she's a little thicker, like yourself. So I'm gonna go in with this one first. You don't need a lot, but again, massage it in. Always massage up. Again, we want all of our muscles, everything kind of goes up at all times. Be gentle around the eyes, get our forehead and our neck. I'm a crazy person, and if I'm really dry or if I know I want the extra sun protection, I will put that one, the Ole Henriksen moisturizer on, and then I'll go in with the CeraVe, because this has a bit of a white cast in it because of the titanium dioxide. So the biggest difference between morning and nighttime is retinol. So some retinols, they only want you to use it at night and then use sunscreen in the daytime, because again, it's going to really exfoliate, really take off that top layer, so it can be very vulnerable to sunlight. I really enjoy, there's tons of different types of retinol. So if you want like a very good intro retinol that's not going to be that irritating, this is also from Drunk Elephant. This is their A Passione retinol cream. The container is a little to be desired for, but it will not irritate you no matter how much you use, which is nice. And another thing that I'll use at night is I will use a night cream that has retinol in it. So I use the, again, back to Ole Henriksen, I use the Goodnight Glow Retin Alt Sleeping Cream. This isn't retinol, it uses Bacuol, which is kind of like it's like a plant-based alternative, but still gets you the same result. It's really hydrating, really glowy. I notice a lot of my dark spots are a lot lighter the next day. So, other thing at nighttime, I tend to use a more hydrating oil at nighttime. So this is by a company called Herbivore. This is their Emerald Hemp Seed and Adaptogens Deep Moisture Glow Oil. They make two versions of these. They make one with CBD oil and one with not. I use both. Save an extra couple bucks. Don't use the one with CBD. I don't really notice much of a difference, honestly. But that is something I like to use at nighttime because it's really hydrating. And then during the daytime, because I like sunscreen, but I don't want something that's going to break me out. This is a new product I've been using, and I really, really like it. This is a company called Ilia. So this is their Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. So this has hyaluronic acid and niacinamide and squalene, so it is really hydrating. Shake it up. It does have titanium dioxide in it, and it's skin tint, so it's kind of like you really don't need foundation, and it doesn't really give you coverage. It comes like a little dropper, so I just kind of do 2 drops, rub it between my hands, and then this is where I just kind of like massage and blend. I make sure I get it my forehead, I make sure I get under my eyes and my jaw. As you can see, it doesn't take away, there's like a little more. It doesn't take away everything, but it definitely works. Okay, boom, boom, and there you go. And that's it. Look, she's clean, she's hydrated, she's dewy, she's protected from the sun. And I would say another big thing I do at nighttime, and sometimes I wake up really puffy, I love facial massaging. I have a couple different tools. This is just like a facial roller. If you could put this in like the fridge or the freezer, make it really cold. But with this, again, you just kind of want to roll across the face, but you always kind of want to go in an upwards motion. So I like to kind of start where my jawline is and kind of work my way up. Especially if it's cold, it's gonna like minimize a lot of the puffiness. Especially like I get prone to redness, I feel like it minimizes that a lot too. And then mine has this little double end side, so I kind of go under my under eyes. And it's also like really soothing too. It's a kind of a nice like meditative. So I like doing this with a type of oil. So especially if you're gonna use like the facial oil. And this serum is pretty hydrating, but I'm not really pressing. I'm kind of more just showing how to roll. But you always kind of want to roll in upward motions, and then on your neck, you can kind of roll downwards because you want to kind of have that lymphatic drainage of your neck. As you can see, super depuffs, minimizes my redness, makes it look glowing, and that's it.